Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Still makes the run forward. Great finish. Scowcroft there on the edge of the 6-yard box. And the Sky Blues have an early lead. Great play.
Hello, a very good evening and welcome to another edition of Sky Blue Fans TV. My name's Ken Stewart. Just getting over Friday night's fantastic victory over our local rivals Birmingham, and we've got a few guests to discuss that with us tonight along the way. We'll also have a competition of Guess the Gate, where you have to guess the gate, obviously, for the Southampton fixture, which is on Wednesday evening. So, and of course, we've got the comments coming in as and when you decide to comment, and please do so. Just comment us on the show as you're watching, and we'll get them read out as we go along. Right, let's waste no more time and bring in our guests tonight. First, Claudio. Good evening, Claudio.
Good evening. Caught me out there.
Yes. What are you doing? You're getting rid of the cat?
Yes.
Cat's not there.
I've got the door open. There's one round by my legs at the minute. But aren't you a happy chappy? Look at your big smiling face. What's going on?
Yes, I'm happy. Win? Yes. Well, I'm happy. I'm always happy when we win. Yeah.
I know. It makes it a great weekend. Yeah, great weekend.
Bit different from last week when we got beat at Middlesbrough, but at Ipswich after the long journey back.
Yeah, I think when you win on a Friday night and you got the whole weekend, it's great, isn't it?
Yes. And we had our points in the bag, obviously, didn't we? So we can just sit back and relax and watch the other results as they come in. So, right, Victoria's joined us tonight as well. Good evening, Victoria. You all right? Yes.
Yeah, I'm very good.
Very happy. Happy.
Yeah,
weekend?
like Claudio said, a win on a Friday sets up for a great weekend, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, what a fantastic weekend it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It's just nice to keep a clean sheet, get 3 points in the bag, and just sit back and relax all weekend. Then we're doing our work. So. We've also got Chris Baker.
Hello,
good
Rob.
evening. Good evening, Chris.
Evening,
How
Chris.
are you?
Evening.
Nice weekend for you as well, I take it.
Oh yeah. You can't start off any better, can you? Really?
Yeah, I think we all had a brilliant weekend. Yeah, just a shame, we don't get. We've got to go back to work tomorrow. I suppose that's a bad thing, but we enjoy it while we can. Okay, let's get on and talk about Friday night's game. We'll start with you then, Chris. Friday night, the team selection. Were you surprised at the team selection to start with?
A little bit. I was surprised not to see Godden in the squad at all. But I've been led to believe since he's recently had a trial. Well, obviously not.
Yeah, I think that was the reason. Yeah, it was an eye opener because I thought maybe he'd got injured, but then I heard he's missing a babby. So.
I thought my immediate reaction was, "Oh, for Christ, he's injured again." Yeah. but no, it looks like that's not the case this time. But
no.
So that's good to hear. But I thought the performance on the first 15 minutes was a bit dicey. I was beginning to think, oh no, this isn't going to go well. But then all of a sudden the midfield clicked this week.
Yeah.
For me, this is the best performance I've seen from us this season because the midfield worked. And I think that's a big part of what we've been missing so far this season is our midfield not working. I still think we need a lot more effort from the strikers, specifically Haji Wright, because he seems to be the one that Robbins is going with at the minute. I get he's got 5 goals, but a lot of them have been tap-ins and rebounds. So essentially a lot of in the right place at the right time. Yeah. To it. I still don't think there's enough output from him. I always say for a successful striker, there needs to be 3 things. Pressing, I said this to Claudio Friday night actually, pressing from the top, being able to hold up the ball and bring others into play. Yeah. And obviously scoring goals. So he's scoring goals. The other 2 he's not very good at. I actually thought there was glimpses on Friday night of Sims holding up the ball really well. I thought it went largely unnoticed. Yeah. So still a lot of negativity towards Sims online Friday night.
But,
I noticed a couple of times he was holding the ball up and he brought others into play, which is what I like to see from a striker, because at some point the midfield and the strikers, they've got to connect together. It can't be disjointed, because if it is, then we'll get like we had at the start of the season. But on the whole, I thought it was a really good performance, really great performance. Defended very well. Massively impressed with Jake Bidwell at the minute.
Yeah. He's been a breath of fresh air, hasn't he?
Yeah, great since he come back in. Feel a little bit sorry for De Silva, because I feel like he didn't really do a lot wrong to warrant being dropped. But Bidwell was given his chance and he's took it. So
and nice to see Sakamoto in the team.
Oh yes. I was just about to say, for me, if it wouldn't have been for O'Hare's 2 goals, Sakamoto should have got man of the match.
Yeah.
My mate's actually an Arsenal fan, and I was messaging him after the match going, our Saka's better than yours.
Well, we've had a comment come from Wes. So many players underperforming on Friday, lazy, slow, no desire, no fight. As for Coventry, was just amazing tonight.
He must be a Blues fan then, presumably. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, sorry, Claudio.
I've got a follow. I put that up because following on from that, I've got a message from Claire, who was on the show, and this is she couldn't come on tonight, but these were her views on it. I'll read it out. Bear with me. Sorry, not going to be able to make it because she's working tonight. Short thoughts was as bad as I was expecting. Would have liked to have been wrong. I know the owners have a long-term plan and they really have made lots of off-the-pitch improvements, but the team are hard to watch at the moment, and I can't see that improving anytime soon. Doesn't feel like Rooney has a good relationship with the players. I've heard revenues are up, which gives us more wiggle room for financial fair play, for transfers. So that's the case. Fingers crossed that's the case. Could be another season where we finish 18th, but just maybe next season could be our year. Best of luck to Cov for the rest of the season. I think watching them on Wednesday, I'd like to think it was us playing pretty decent for 75% of the game.
Yeah.
I think I said in our podcast during the week, if it's 4-3-3, I fancy a 2-0. And I just think with the players we've got against a side like Birmingham, we did, I think Robin's got it right. Go at them. And I'm hoping we'll do the same on Wednesday, to be honest.
And were you happy with the team when the team came out? Were you happy with that team?
Yeah, well, I was surprised a bit like Chris was saying about God, and then I heard, his wife had had a baby, and as Roy King would say, well, he's not had the baby. Yeah. So, and I just think, I looked, I thought, well, obviously, we thought it was a problem, and that obviously wasn't really. And I kind of expected it. He obviously left out players he weren't happy with, Ayari and Eccles.
Which is fair enough. Yeah,
he made that clear, didn't he?
It's fair enough. After I personally don't think he should have changed the team from the Ipswich game. Should have been the same team.
No. And the thing is, it's like with everybody loves Sakamoto, and to see him on the pitch, you feel like you got a chance with him and Milan down the right hand side. They look so powerful when they get going.
Yeah,
so much more exciting. It's just what we need now is something on the left hand side, a bit
similar,
bit stronger. But no, I wanted 4-3-3. I got 4-3-3, and we won 2-0. So I know
Hare fitted in nice, didn't he? I mean, people were saying, how's O'Hare going to fit into this side now? But he came back better and stronger than that's the O'Hare we were missing, weren't it?
Oh, brilliant! I mean, it helped because they were so poor, Birmingham in the middle of midfield.
Yeah,
but he had an excellent game, didn't he?
Fantastic, and he said afterwards he's not quite 100% fit yet either, is he? So we've got more to come from him hopefully as well. Victoria, similar views, I presume. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it's just nice, isn't it? We're getting to that stage of the season now. There's a lot of games in December. It's a good time to hit a bit of good form because you play so many games in quite close succession that you can really turn your season around. So we're getting back to probably like, I think, was it Chris that said about the midfield clicking? I think that was the problem earlier in the season. We lost Hamer. We had a lot of injuries. Like Sheaf came in and out. Alan was obviously coming back from his problem in the summer. We had a lot of problems in midfield early on in the season, and now it feels like we can almost get to the team that we'd want to pick as a first 11, hitting a bit of form, just at a nice time, I think, to go into the Christmas period, and hopefully pick up some points. And
were you happy with the team selection?
Yeah, I think. I mean, it was the same. I thought, was Godden not there? Heard why he wasn't, and that makes perfect sense. I think if you're taking Godden out, that's probably the starting 11 I would have picked. I think. I mean, a lot of people were saying obviously about the team he picked for Ipswich, and Roberts obviously said in one of his interviews, didn't he, that he knows what's going on like behind the scenes, like how players are, fitness, niggles, all that type of stuff. And I think it was important we got a result on Friday, because effectively what he seemed to be saying was, I rested some players because I think Birmingham was the game I could win more than Ipswich. So you had to win that game. If you're taking that risk, you're resting players. It's a gamble. And I was supposed to look at it came off him, because if we'd have lost on Friday, we'd have really been looking like doom and gloom, wouldn't we?
Absolutely.
It just flips everything around entirely.
Yeah. Claudio, got some comments coming in?
Yeah. Covandi, if it hadn't have been for Ruddy and the ref missing the penalty, we could have been at least 5, and Tats was on fire.
Yeah.
But Wes says Ruddy was amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, he was, to be fair.
Got Wes coming back again. The only negative was every time Hadji misses a chance, his head drops and won't track back. I've seen that, actually.
Yeah.
And, I think Ian Small.
Good evening, Ian.
Just needs a striker to click. Oh, he's mellowed. Ian's mellowed.
I can't believe that for 1 minute.
He's over it at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Dave Knights. Oh, was my first game watching Cov. Travelled up from Kent. What a game! And the atmosphere was amazing too. Play at Sky Blues.
Cool.
It was. The atmosphere was great, wasn't it? Fantastic.
We've got remember, Ken, we've got a Southampton Southampton fan coming on.
We have got Southampton fan coming on about 8 o'clock, and we're going to discuss the game coming up, obviously, on Wednesday night. I just wanted to go back to the team, Hadji. I mean, a lot of fans are split with the Hadji and Sims, and who they should play up front, and should we get rid of Hadji in January? Should we keep him? Is he one of the worst signings out of the signings that have come in? Claudio, who would you say has been the most successful? Sakamoto?
Sakamoto, Milan.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the 2 centre halves have been okay.
Yeah.
The only downside are the 2 forwards. All the others, I mean, Ayari's alone, so I'm not bothered about him at the minute.
Yeah.
He's not ours. It's a bit like Binks. He's a good player, but he's not ours. But out of our players that we signed, it's just the 2 lads up front just need to show a bit more. I mean, Chris mentioned it earlier. I said to Luca during the game that he was holding it up a lot better and laying it off when he got it down at his feet.
Yeah.
I didn't think. Had you right? It's an enigma, isn't it? Because
he had a couple of great chances. I mean, he was unlucky with the one that hit the goalkeeper in the face, wasn't he? That was probably a little bit unlucky.
But he does seem to make the right runs. But like somebody's already mentioned, when he does miss, his head drops down. He doesn't. Yeah. To me, I think if you miss a chance, just look busy. Look busy like you want to go again, basically. And
get on with it.
Just look busy. I mean, all fans will. Sometimes they let players off, don't they, if they look like they're trying?
Yes.
If you've got your head down, slumped over, it doesn't look like you're trying, does it? No.
And people, some players are not the best of players, but Adebola was probably one that springs to mind. He was not the most skillful player, Adebola, was he? But he was a fan's favourite, wasn't he? Adebola, because he scored a lot of goals. He scored goals and he worked hard for the team.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the most skillful player, if you like, that we've had over the years. Chris, what's your situation on the Hadji and Sims up front?
Personally speaking, I think at this point, Sims has pretty much had half the playing time that what Hadji Wright has had.
Yeah.
I think it's a little unfair that he's had the really restricted playing time to be expecting him to come in and be on fire straight away. He needs time. He needs minutes. But for whatever reason, I don't know whether it's because of the price tag or whatever, but Robbins seems compelled to play right no matter how he plays. Right, I'm not a fan of at the minute. I just keep trying to tell myself in the back of my mind, I wasn't a fan of it when he first arrived. When he had that initial 4-month loan, he wasn't very good. I think he scored 2 goals in that period. And when we signed him that summer, I was a bit like, what are you doing? Why have you signed him for? He's not been very good. And then obviously he's gone on to massively prove me wrong in the 2.5 years that's followed since.
Yeah.
I keep trying to say in my mind is that's going to happen with Roy. So I think that's sort of what I'm clinging on to, but I'm not seeing good attributes from him out on the pitch. And I didn't on Friday night. And his chances, him having one-on-ones, this weren't just a Friday night issue with him missing them. He's had in several games that he's missed. He's had tap-ins that, open goals, he's ballooned over the bar. And, at what point do you say, like, enough's enough now? We need to go with someone different because,
Chris, I find for somebody who looks so relaxed when he's running back after he's missed a chance, you kind of wish he was a bit relaxed when he took the chance.
Yeah.
Because it does look like he's slashing at things and panicking in front of goal. Not because that chance, I know he hit him in the face, but you kind of think, chill out a bit and relax and take the chance.
He should have gone to the other corner. He should have been whipped into the other side of the goal. He tried to go near post. From the angle he was at, why he's tried to go near post, beyond me, really is. So his shot selection needs work under pressure. But, so I don't know what the answer is with him because when he's under pressure, he selects wrong. When he's got all the time in the world, like for his one-on-ones, he misses. So, I really don't know what the answer is with Wright, but I would like Sims to get the sort of, for maybe the next 10 games or so, get the minutes that Wright's getting.
Yeah, I get the impression Sims is going to get better. Yeah, get better. Sims,
just to see what he's capable of. Just give him a run in the squad, see what he can do, and see what he's capable of. I might be wrong on Sims. Like, I know Sims still getting a lot of abuse is probably wrong words, too strong a word, but a lot of negativity. We'll say negativity on the forums, online, and whatnot.
Yeah,
and I think it's not justified because I don't think he's had enough playing time. It stops with him. His playing time. He needs an extended run in the team before we can start really judging him, in my opinion. Whereas Wright's had that extended run in the team now, and at the moment, despite the 5 goals, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing.
No, but who would your best signing be then out of the ones that have come in?
Probably Sakamoto, to be honest. Sakamoto or Milan, one of the two. But Sakamoto for me, on Friday night specifically, unplayable. He was unplayable. They just did not know what to do with him or how to handle him. Is it the Birmingham left back Buchanan? Is it Buchanan?
Yeah.
He absolutely had him on toast the entire night. He really did.
Yeah.
Absolutely great player Sakamoto is. So
and the defenders did well as well. I mean, as we talked about Bidwell, Kitchen, Bobby Sims, they were fantastic, I thought.
I love Kitchen. I think Kitchen's been great since he's come in. I obviously speak volumes because he's now kept Fads out of the team.
Yeah.
So I think Kitchen has got the makings of a really great centre back. I kind of feel with Kitchen, I think I remember being on here before saying when we signed him for about 4 million, we didn't play him straight away, did we?
No. He had to be patient, didn't he?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, why we spent 4 million on a player that we're not going to play? But I'm kind of glad it's worked out the way it's worked out because I think he's been a great addition now. Yeah, I think he's almost cemented his place and playing well. And I think Bobby Thomas. Yeah. Bobby just needs a mention as well, because in the early games, his first couple of games seemed really strong at home, and then he went off the ball a little bit, and was having some errors, caused a couple of goals to be conceded. His head really could have dropped. He's come back very, very strong now. He's a very strong centre back now as well. He's done really well, I feel. So, and then obviously Bidwell coming in, doing really well. I think Collins as well. Collins has been pretty solid in goal.
I was going to mention the goalkeeper. I thought, because obviously he had a part in the goal, didn't he? When he threw the ball out very quickly, and split Birmingham open. Really, they couldn't cope with the pace, and the ball was, before you know it, the ball was up in the penalty area and in the back of the net, and it all started from the goalkeeper. So
that's everyone then, Chris, apart from Wright.
Pretty much, I'm starting to see the benefits of the made.
I wouldn't like to go knicker shopping with you. You didn't know which one to choose, would you?
I think for me, Sakamoto's our best signing so far. But no, right. We need a lot more from
room for improvement, definitely.
Big time.
Victoria, what's your thoughts on the first signings that have come in that Mike Robbins has made? Who would you say is the most popular one, or in your view, the most successful one? And what's your view on Hadji and Sims up front?
I think, I think there was a lot of concern early on in the season that we'd wasted a lot of money. I think pretty much most of the players that we brought in, you can see some promise, and they're all quite young, aren't they? So like Kitchen and Thomas, you can see them really building into a decent defensive partnership at the back, and we've got them under quite a long contract, haven't we? So that's something that we can build with, and like the back, like a sort of strong base to work on. For me, the signing so far is Milan. I think, for everybody, it's probably between him and Sakamoto, isn't it? But I think the difference with Sakamoto on Friday was that he added a final product, and I think that early on in the season, he's looked great. He's the sort of player that gets fans excited. I think he hasn't always made the most of the chances that he's got himself into, either by an assist or a goal. The assist on Friday just added that bit of his game to him. And I think as the season goes on, we'll all say that he was the signing of the summer. But at the minute, I'm leaning towards Milan, who I think is great. And I love his attitude. Like him celebrating at the end, like his passion already for the club when he's only been here a few months, I just think is great. And that's what you love to see as a fan, isn't it? A player that actually cares. In relation to the strikers, I really like Sims, and I think there's a player there that will eventually say, once he gets a decent run out, gets a bit of confidence, continues to learn under Robbins, and I think probably going into next season we'll see the best of him. I think that he'll start knocking in some goals at the end of this season, and we'll see the player that he can be next season. I'm just concerned with Rice. I think I probably share Chris's concerns. I always like to try and see the best in all. I'm not one of these sort of naturally negative people, so I'm always trying to see the best in people. But it's really difficult to see how White is ever going to fit our system. It just doesn't work for me, and it's a shame. And so I don't know if that's what the problem is, whether he's just the wrong player for us, and he's not prepared to change. Maybe, I don't know, because
there's all sorts of rumours. I've heard rumours that he's not settled, and his wife's not settled, and they want to go back to Turkey to live. And so these are all rumours, of course. We don't know true or not, but that could be an effect on him as well. I don't know.
And the trouble is, he's obviously a few years older and he's an international. Like Sims, I think people forget how young and raw he still effectively is. And there's a lot of improvement to be had there, I think. And I think he's got it in him to become that decent striker. So I'm the same as Chris. I'd like to see him getting a bit more game time to really allow him to develop as a decent striker. But
would you say he's going to go in the transfer market in January then to get a new striker if need be, or would you stick with one?
I don't know. I still think we probably need more strength in midfield, because we saw that as soon as we had a few injuries, we were vulnerable there. So for me, the transfer business I'd go midfield more than the strikers.
Okay.
Because I think there's goals in Goddard. I think he's had a knock of confidence, but I think there's goals in him. Once he gets a few, he'll be back up. I think there's goals in Sims. And I think there's other players that can contribute now, like O'Hare, Palmer, Sakamoto's got goals in him, I think. Even Sheaf to a degree. So I think there's goals in the team if we start playing the way we can do. But the midfield is going to be the priority because it's what it makes everything tick, doesn't it? There's no point having a decent striker if you can't get the ball up the pitch for long enough because your midfield's just like not holding onto the ball or not contributing anything. So for me, that's the priority.
Okay, Claudio, got some more comments coming in.
Yeah, I'll read this out. Robin Fletcher, Sheaf and O'Hare interlinking play was breathtaking at times.
Yeah,
that was that move, wasn't there? In the first
fantastic move, wasn't it? That would have been goal of the season if that would have gone in.
Ian Pimlott, Hadji and Sims gave O'Hare room to score. I thought they both missed it in the 6-yard box, personally. Ian Small, I'll be there Wednesday, fly back Friday. Comments about right always include the word if.
Or if only.
Yes. Got a couple more further down. This is from Shoesmith Drones. Difference in right is 25 and played for his country. It's true, but I mean, he's not in the squad at the minute, though, is he?
No, he's not, to be fair. No, that's right.
And Wes has said, unsung hero this season is Sheaf. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, as we know. Have we got the goals from Friday? I believe we have.
We have got the goals somewhere. Let me just bring them up. We have got some goals. Sit back and...
O'Hare. Now then, still going. Here is O'Hare! There's a moment of joy. Sheer unbridled joy. Van Eyck, 3 in support. Oh, he's kicked it out perfectly. The Callum O'Hare. It's his night, all right.
That second goal from O'Hare just reminds me of the O'Hare we know. You know, where he dribbles it and just takes players on, and they're all trying to tackle him. And the difference is he scored. He normally misses chances like that, but he scored 2 goals, which is brilliant. I don't think he's done that for us in any game. Has he scored 2 goals in a game yet?
Against Birmingham.
That's right.
Did he get 2 that day? Did he against Birmingham?
Did he get 2 at St Andrews? I know.
Sheaf got 2.
He got 1. No, Sheaf got 2. Yeah.
Oh, and then Rose got 1, so it must have only been
Rose
1.
got 1.
Oh, it must have been 1.
Yeah, because Rose.
I could be wrong on not last season, the season before when he played Sheffield United at home on Legends Day.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he scored 2 that day as well.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, but it's great to see him score because that'll his confidence will be sky high now. And he was buzzing after the game, only in the interviews, on Sky Sports and stuff.
Before we go any further, Ken, can I have your guess the attendance? What's your guess for?
Yes, we have got a guess the gate for Southampton on Wednesday evening, and I'm going to go for 24,117.
Vicky?
25,124.
Chris, what's your guess?
So we were just under 27,000, weren't we, Friday night?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 25,200.
All right, so everybody get your guesses if you can.
Yeah, get your guesses in, put them down, and we'll put you on the list, and you could win a prize, a Sky Blue Fans TV mug, but it all comes in handy, especially over Christmas.
I'll comment up here.
Another comment?
We're getting lots more some new viewers, I think.
I know, yeah.
New names are coming up now.
Good evening,
David.
David. Good evening, David.
He's meant to be a professional player. Shouldn't make excuses for him. I presume he's talking about
Right, I think, yeah, probably.
And Paul Thomas. We should have been given the handball, but other than that, I thought the ref was okay for a change.
Yeah, I was going to say about the ref. I thought he had a good game apart from the handball.
To be fair to him, though, he was stood behind the player, so he probably thought he chested it. I think the linesman should have seen it, but I think the linesmen just seem to be getting used to these days, don't they? I think the ref, because I thought the ref had a good game, I think he was incited, even to be sure.
I think if the referee looks back at that, obviously he'll look back at the game the following day, he'll be disappointed that he didn't give that, because clearly his arm went towards the ball, didn't it?
Yeah.
And in that case, it's 100% penalty.
He gave a little smile. He gave a little smile to the camera.
Yeah, as if he got away with it.
Yeah, he did. He knew exactly what.
Didn't he? Yeah.
It's almost like we have to accept bad reffing and bad linesmen as part of the game. I mean, like, I don't know how much football you used, I've watched this weekend, but the reffing, especially in the Premier League, been awful.
Yeah.
Unless you're Liverpool, it's been absolutely awful. It's not been good at all.
Right, the guesses are coming in for the Guess the Gate competition. Just keep putting your guesses down.
And on the screen so people can see that I've noted them.
Yes. We're going to have a short break now, and then we're going to be Joe's waiting in the wings, Southampton fan. He's going to come and join us and talk about Wednesday night's game against Southampton. So just bear with us for a short break. We'll be back.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.
Good evening, welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. I've got my guests with me tonight. It's Claudio, Chris Baker and Vicky Oakes. We've been discussing the Birmingham game, which of course we got 3 points against. Now, I'm going to be joined now by Southampton fan, Joe. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing?
Not too bad, mate. Thank you very much. And we're going to discuss Wednesday night's game against Southampton. Now, first things first, you're not doing too bad at the minute, are you? You know,
we're not. However, if the 3 games against Rotherham, Huddersfield, and Watford come to bite us back, then I'm not going to be happy. But we're doing all right. Like I'm pleased with what I've seen so far. It's yeah.
And how's old Adam Armstrong doing? Because of course we had him for a long period at our club on loan. Okay. And he scored some fantastic goals for us, Adam Armstrong. When we had James Maddison, we had a good team back in the Tony Mowbray era. So he was fantastic. He's well liked by our supporters, Adam Armstrong. He's doing all right for you, and I noticed he's scoring a few.
Yeah, I mean he's got 11 goals, so it's only taken him 3 years to show his £15 million price tag. But yeah, he's showing what he can do now. I think this is the right level for him.
Yeah,
I think he's a different beast in the Championship.
Yeah. And how have you found it coming down? I mean, did you have to make many changes in the squad, obviously, or was it basically the same sort of squad as you had previously?
We had to make a lot of changes. Like, I mean, it was kind of inevitable that Ward-Prowse was going to leave anyway.
Yeah.
Because there were rumours coming out at the end of the last season that he kind of had a gentleman's pact with the owners and stuff. I don't know how true that was. But he obviously went. Lavia left. Livramento, Salisu. Yeah, we lost a lot of high-profile players. But on the flip side, I feel like the players that we brought in are good for the league. They want to play for the shirt. And from what I've seen so far, they're a good fit, and it's a good energy around the club for the first time in a few years now.
And you're quite confident you can. Are you looking? What's your predictions for this year? Are you looking to go straight back up? Or are you looking to consolidate maybe for a season or so, or are you looking to be up there in the playoffs?
At the beginning of the year, I would have told you that I would like to go straight back up. But having seen the Championship and played in it, like, I'm quite content staying down another year or two and like doing what a Bournemouth or a Villa have done and kind of built a decent enough foundation to build on the Premier League. I mean, obviously that comes with it risks staying down 2 longer years because the parachute payments run out and you lose your better players. But I really wouldn't be against it. And I like watching us win games. It's nice actually winning games for once after the last years.
I think Leicester's very similar, aren't they? Because they were getting beat. Yeah. You know, and they come back down and they're running away with the league at the minute because they're winning nearly every game they play. And
they're just a different beast this year. They're just so.
Yeah. I mean, we played them first game of the season where, to be honest, we should have beat them. Maybe because the first game of the season we caught them cold a little bit, but we certainly played well, and that was one of our better performances of the season against Leicester first game, and we were very lucky not to get anything out of that game. We haven't played them at home yet, but that was away. So we're looking forward to the return fixture. And how about your manager? Are you happy with your manager at Southampton? You're doing not a bad job.
I like him. I think I was very sceptical when he first came in because it was a huge difference between the high pressing of Hasenhüttl and the absolute fraud that it was Ruben Sellers and Nathan Jones, going to this completely different style of play, this possession play that we've not seen in forever at Southampton, really. But he's come in, he's got a good work ethic. He likes to bring through the youngsters, and he's honest. He doesn't hide things. He says it as it is, which is great for us.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel what sort of players are we going to look out for? You know, when we play on Wednesday night, who's the danger people? Who's the danger players for us?
Walker Peters. He has been consistently one of the best players in the Championship this year. Adam Armstrong with his goal scoring.
Yeah, we know all about him. Yeah.
If Flynn is back in the midfield, I mean, him sitting in front of that back four has just been a breath of fresh air. He has been superb. And Will Smallbone, I've been really impressed with him. I think he has shown that there is a very good player in there. And the performances, especially from September onwards, have been really consistent.
Yeah. Is there any players in our team that you'd be a bit worried about? Have you seen much of us? Did you watch Friday night's game?
I watched Friday night's game. I thought Callum O'Hare looked superb.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's been out for a year. He missed him all.
Yeah, I heard that he was it an ACL or something?
Yeah, he missed all our playoff push last year and missed the final.
He looked brilliant, and I thought, is it Ben Sheaf?
Ben Sheaf, yeah.
I thought he looks brilliant, and I know a lot of Coventry fans have been split by him, but I thought Ellis Sims and Haji Wright looked okay. Like, obviously Haji Wright's not scoring for you, but I thought Ellis Sims looked all right.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of room for improvement there. But yeah, I mean, they've all come in. We've had to bring 10 odd players in. We had a big.
Has it been that many?
I think we brought 10 in. Was it Claudio? We brought 10 in.
Yeah, 12 left. 12 left. Come in.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So we had a big turnaround. People out of contract. Obviously, we sold 2 of our best players, which Gassama and Victor Gyökeres, who moved on. They're 2 of our best players, and we missed them. So we've had to bring players in to replace them. So they're still gelling, really, I suppose. And we've had a bit of a stop-start season. I mean, that's probably one of our best performances on Friday night against Birmingham. Before that, we've been a bit hit and miss, really, to be honest. We've been playing good in some games, and then the following game we've been pretty poor. But yeah, we've got some new players coming, so we're still very much gelling. So
yeah, I like what I see from you guys, actually. Like, I think with the team that you've got a good team there. Like, if you can just gel and get a consistent run, I can see you guys being a real threat again, like you were last year.
Yeah, it was heartbreak last year, unfortunately. But
yeah,
somebody's got. Every time I watch Luton on telly, I think, well, that could be us. That could have been us. But that's football for you, hasn't it? It can be cruel sometimes. It can be cruel sometimes, but we just got to strive and hopefully get up there again, and hopefully we can finish in the top 6. But there's a long way to go, as you know. This division, anybody can beat anybody. Team at the bottom can beat team at the top.
Exactly.
Anybody can beat anybody. Claudio, we've got a bit of a quiz, haven't we?
Yeah, I just want to ask Joe something first. With Russell Martin, the way he likes to play football. Do you think you have to bring in some new players to play that kind of style? Because, I mean, I'd imagine not everybody is comfortable with just the possession-based football. Do you think he needs to bring others in?
I think we need. Well, given that we've lost Sulemana and Ross Stewart till end of January and early February, respectively, so I think we're still waiting on a replacement winger that we were supposed to sign as a Teller replacement in the summer that's never materialised. So that would be ideal. And I think another striker to fill the gap between Ross Stewart, because we can't wait around for him forever. Like, if he's fit, then we need him to play, because Shea's not really doing it. So I think we need a couple more players in January, and then we can really see his possession-based style. And it has to be the right players that fit into his system. We can't just buy in. We can't say do a Chelsea and buy individual wonderful players, because it doesn't gel. You need players that fit into the mould of what he wants to do. And if
Ross Stewart was a risky signing, because he was still injured, wasn't he, when you signed him?
Yeah, I know. He was a blibbing risky signing. What £1 million down the drain.
I've got some facts first before I do the quiz. We're going to do a new thing tonight, Joe, where a bit like Question of Sport, home and away, where you got three. I've got the cat ears trying to get on the screen again. Basically, you get a choice of home or away. Home questions about Southampton, away questions about Coventry City. And one of our team will challenge you. Whoever wants to volunteer. But interestingly, the most games we've played against anybody is against Southampton, which is 142 times we've played Southampton.
Does that include the FA Cup win that we beat 2 years ago?
Yeah, that includes that one. So we've won 49. Southampton have won 48, and there's been 45 draws. So it's fairly even.
Okay.
Yeah. The first meeting was in 1908. That was in the Southern League, and the last meeting was 2022 in the FA Cup match. Where in the first half we played brilliantly, and then
you were superb. You were all over us. Like,
you guys threw on your first teamers. Then you thought, we've got to get through this.
I mean, I think that day we started with an 18-year-old at the time at left back, and he was just having a disaster.
Walker Peters played that. He was great that game.
Yeah, he scored in that game.
Him and Stuart
Armstrong. We've not met in the league since 2012, where you got promoted and we got relegated that day.
Was that? Yeah, that was that. The game that shall not be ever said.
Yeah, and the referee was Anthony Taylor. What's happened to him?
God,
he's moved on to better things, hasn't he?
Yeah, notable results. Southampton 5, Coventry 5, which I went to in 1982.
I was there, the old Dell. Yeah, I think
hat-trick.
Did Kevin Keegan score a hat-trick as well?
No, he got two. But the Saints had Alan Ball, Keegan and Shannon playing. They had a good side in the early 80s. It was a good team. Yeah,
I was there that night. Yeah.
In 84, Lloyd McGrath made his debut and we got stuffed 8-2.
I remember that as well.
Danny Wallace and Steve Moran both got hat-tricks.
Wow.
So we've got a quiz then. Are you ready for this, Joe?
I am, yes.
You're ready, are you? Right. So you can choose home or away. You got 3 questions.
I think Joe's going to go home.
Let's go home, yeah. Let's go for a Saints one.
Hold on. Bear with. Here it comes.
On the screen.
Technology high.
Right. When was the last time Southampton won in Coventry?
Oh,
God. 2007, 8? No. Oh. Late 2000s, I think. 2000 and I'm going to go 2009. Final answer.
Oh, the answer is 2012 in the FA Cup.
oh.
Okay.
I remember that. Wasn't that the year we had the special kit? The first time we wore the special kit?
Yeah, I think it was.
It was actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to go up against Joe?
So, do you want to go Victoria or do you want to go Chris? I don't mind. Go on, Vic. Go on, you go.
Ladies first.
Thanks, Chris.
Go on, Vic.
Go on, then. Go on.
Vic, well, you going home or away?
Home, please.
Oh, they're all chickens, aren't they?
Oh.
Okay. When was the last time Coventry have beaten Southampton in Coventry?
Oh.
2008.
That is spot on.
Oh, Victoria.
Spot on.
2008.
So I'm giving answers to you, Vicky.
Pressure on now.
Well, I was
Joe?
looking because I was thinking it's been a long time since we played them, and that I can remember. So I just went early. Right, cool. Thanks for that.
Home or away?
Home.
Home. Who is Southampton's longest serving player?
At the moment, I think it's
Oh, this is an all-time.
all time.
All time.
Matt Letizia?
No.
Oh.
Terry Payne.
Oh.
Okay.
It's 700 and something. Yeah, it's an astronomical amount of games.
Okay, wow.
So, back to you, Vicky. Home or away?
Oh, home again, please.
I've got some great away questions. What is Coventry City's highest final Premier League position?
Oh, I know this. I know this.
Did we manage about 8th in the end? Is it as high as 8?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
The answer is, Chris, do you know it?
Yeah, I believe it was the 11th in 97, 98.
That is correct. It is 11th.
11.
So, final question then. So, you need either a home to draw level or 2 to go in the lead. And the way to go in the lead.
Oh. I'm gonna go home, I think. I'm gonna.
Right. Who is Southampton's all-time leading goal scorer?
Oh. Now this has got to be either. Well, there's 3 or 4 that it could be, but I have a feeling it might be Matt Letizia again. But you're probably going to tell me it's someone completely different now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought I was being sensible there, but yeah, I think I don't know. I've flummoxed me now. You'll have to.
Any guesses from this? Our lot?
Southampton.
No. Yes.
Did
No.
Alan share us for you?
Oh, no.
Oh, he was in one of my 4 lists as well. Yeah.
The answer is Mick Shannon.
Oh, cool. You mentioned him earlier as well, Claudio.
Yeah.
I know. I was giving clues in my little spiel.
Yeah.
So, Vicky, your last one. Do you want an away one? Go for an away.
I'll go away for the Philip. I'll go away for the Philip.
Let's see if you can get this, because Ken's seen this question. All right, for 2 points. The members of which church founded Southampton FC? Now, think about this, Vicky.
Yeah, I think this is kind of obvious, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, St Mary's Church?
Correct.
I was originally thinking, well, I know it's the Saints, because obviously and then I was thinking, I don't know any more than that. And I said, so obviously I do, St Mary's.
So that's 3-0. So hopefully that's the result on Wednesday.
Well, we'll take that on Wednesday night.
We'll take that, yeah.
We've got a few more comments, haven't we, coming, Claudio?
Yes, we have. Oh.
This one from...
So this is from Aaron. Russell Martin football is dead boring. Possession football, I'm not effective with it. Saw the Saints v Bristol game and it was 1-0 Borefest, hoping for a more exciting game against Coventry.
I mean, he's not really wrong, to be honest. Like, possession's all well and good, but it can be rather dull. Like, there's only so much passing the ball 3 yards that way and 3 yards that way you can take before you just want to shout at them and say,
Can I ask a question? Ask a question? So what would you prefer? A 1-0 Borefest, winning 1-0, getting up the table, or really exciting, flamboyant attacking football and losing?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I mean, I would like a mixture of both. I'd like the exciting football and myself at the table, you know. But this I mean, the possession style works, and yes, it might be boring, but it's showing results. And as long as it keeps showing results, then you've got to stick with it. And this is the first time where I've seen the first team, the academy, and the young teams like play a consistent style of football, and it be seen through the entire system of Southampton Football Club. And we've not seen that in years. So this is a nice breath of fresh air for the first time in what seems like forever.
Can I ask you a question about? I see you got the new Hummel shirt on, and obviously we have Hummel, and we had issues with them at the start of the season because we couldn't get any kit. Basically, did you have any issues? And on having it in stock, because it was like 2 or 3 months after the season started, people still couldn't get their kit, basically.
No,
and also, how much do you pay for your shirts?
It was actually pretty good with us, and they're fairly pricey. I mean, they're upwards of £50 per shirt, but
that's same,
yeah. The stock levels were fine. I mean, when the away kit and the third kit came out, there were, I think, a few issues with getting stock, but I think because the problem with the home shirt is it's quite a lot of fans didn't like it to begin with because it does look a bit like a pajama shirt that some people have said. I quite like it, and I was one of the first people to buy it because I was like, yeah, I like it. But yeah, I think it was just an issue. There wasn't too many issues with stock on the home shirt, but the away and the third, there were a couple of issues, I think. Yeah.
But they're just it's just a throwback to the old shirt from the late 80s, 90s. Like we had the sky blue one.
I really like it. I think it's a refreshing look. Like it's in keeping with the red and white stripes, but it's quite nice. I really like it.
Yeah, we had a very similar one, a home one, but in sky blue, obviously. Very, very similar a couple of seasons ago. Our third kit this year is the same as that, but in green and black.
Oh, nice.
So,
yes.
Hang on.
Because how old are you, Joe?
28.
Right, so you definitely weren't around then. Because I can remember you in the early 80s when they just had like a big white band down the front and it's like a broad red on the outside.
Yeah, that was, I think we had a throwback shirt back in 2018 or something.
Yeah.
It was a disaster of Pellegrino that came in that was just absolute disaster of a manager he was. But yeah, we had a few throwback shirts the last couple of years. It's been quite nice to see.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to ask you was, have you got more than one song?
I mean, it's quite difficult to sing because it's either When the Saints or when the Portsmouth song, and that's kind of our back catalogue really at the moment. We kind of need kind of experimenting.
We
But
need to borrow some of our boys and girls because they come up with songs every 2 minutes. It's ridiculous. It's like the Eurovision Song Contest. They put them on forums. We all slate them. And eventually, some of them make it through, but that's sort of the repertoire. But historically, it is the original song from being St. Mary's back in the day, isn't it? It's actually much way ahead of when Spurs do it.
Any more comments, Claudio?
We've got Wes. It's stay in the Championship. We love it here. That's why we lost in the playoff final.
Yeah, very true.
Dave Granigan, results take you places.
Yeah,
which is true.
That's true.
That's true about our game. Brad Collins' fingertip save at the end was class. That was against
Birmingham. That's brilliant save. Yeah, rather to catch another clean sheet, which we're hoping to do, obviously, on Wednesday night. So let's get some predictions then off you. That will lead us nicely to predictions. We'll go with you first then, Joe. What's your predicted score for Wednesday evening?
I'm going to play it brave here. And like I say on my podcast, I'm going to go 2-1 Southampton. I'm going to be consistent here and say 2-1 Saints. I think you'll cause us a lot of problems, and I can't see it being an easy 3 points, but I think we'll just snatch a 95th minute winner or something like normal.
How many fans? I've just seen this comment come up. Actually, how many fans are Saints bringing on Wednesday night? Are they sold out?
Sellout. So I think I'm going to be up. I'm going to be coming up. So I think it's about 2.5.
That's not bad, for Wednesday night.
For midweek, isn't it?
So it's a sellout. So hopefully we'll take a decent backing. And I'm coming straight up after work.
Yeah,
so looking forward to it.
Could be good atmosphere then. Yeah. Okay, Chris. Then, what's your prediction?
5-0 Cov. No,
I wish.
Had you like to get a hat trick? No, I do think we got potential to capitalise on Friday, and obviously Southampton didn't have a good result away yesterday. So yeah, so I reckon 2-1 Cov. 2-1 Cov.
2-1 Cov. Okay, Victoria.
I was tempted to go 2-1 as well, but I actually think I'm going to go brave and go 2-0. I think we can keep another clean sheet and 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Claudio. Another clean sheet or not?
Well, Joe may have seen me on the Championship podcast that I do. I'm forever predicting draws on that.
Yes.
I think it'll be a draw.
At least it's consistent.
Yeah. No, I just think, and to be honest, I'll be happy with the draw against the Saints. I still think Southampton. I do think Ipswich will get caught by either Leeds or Southampton.
Yeah.
I cannot believe they're going to keep going the way they're going.
No.
Because they've not picked up any injuries, really. It seems to be the same players every week playing. I just feel with Southampton, they're going to have cash. They'll spend in January. Leeds will spend in January. So getting a point off, obviously, Southampton midweek and then doing the same at the weekend with Leeds would be great, I think. If we get 2 draws in the next 2 games, I'll be quite happy, to be honest.
So you go for the draw then, are you?
Yeah, 1-1. I reckon 1-1.
Okay.
With the whole Ipswich thing, though, we all, I'm pretty sure we all thought that about Leicester when they won the Premier League, though. Oh, this ain't going to last.
That's true.
Kept going.
But they didn't get any injuries. That's the thing, isn't it? If they keep injury free, I think they probably will. But don't know. Fair play to them though, because it's mixed it up a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt. I'm going to go for. It's going to be a tight game. Don't think it's going to be many goals. I'm going to go for 1-0 victory and another clean sheet for the Sky Blues. So how about that? I'll be happy with that. We've got a few scores coming in, haven't we, Claudio? People.
Yeah. West 1-1.
Yeah.
Ian Small 2-2. Dave Granigan 1-1 draw, or we will win 2-1.
2-1. Oh. Okay.
Andy, I think we'll nick it 2-1. You can tell we won on Friday, can't you?
Everybody's confident.
The optimism's there.
No, is this a Southampton fan, Aaron? It must be.
Saints 1-0. Oh yeah, 1-0 Saints. I reckon. I think we'll get as many chances in this game, and we are struggling to capitalise on our opportunities as it is. I mean, that's a fair point, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, like we went 1-0 up against Watford yesterday, and we should have been 2-3-0 up at half time, and we just couldn't. Well, no, we were. It was in the second half. We went 1-0 up, and we just couldn't get going after that.
Yeah.
Mark Cunningham, if we play the same team, 2-0. Danny Drury, 2-1 Cov. Robin Fletcher, 2-0 Cov.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all putting money on this.
Well, the thing is, when we lost to Ipswich, all the predictions against Birmingham weren't this. They weren't wins, were they? We were happy with the points.
No, I think opinions have changed, haven't they?
Well, to be fair, not that any of you would know this, but I was up the local on Thursday night, and they're asking me what the score's going to be, and I did say 2-0 Cov. So I did predict Friday even after Ipswich. So I was optimistic.
Okay, Paul Thomas 2-2. Oh.
I think formation's the key. If he tries to match Southampton and go for the possession-based game, I think they'll turn us over, because I think they'll be better at it than what we are. I think currently.
Dave Knight 2-1.
Hopefully, he's learnt his lesson from Ipswich.
I think you're right, Claudio, aren't you? We're best. Just that Southampton have some possession and we can just break.
Yeah.
And that suits us really.
If you guys sit in a low block like what Sunderland do against us, and we stick our fullbacks high, you guys are going to have a field day, because we love to stick our fullbacks on the halfway line and give the opposition a whole half of green pitch to run into. It's ridiculous. It's some of the most gung-ho defending I've ever seen ever. But when it works, it's great.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Dave Granigan, I think it will be a very tight game, if I'm honest. So, yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a tight game, but then you just never know, do you? You just never know, because I say it's been so unpredictable for us.
I don't think Mark Robins had a great success rate against Russell Martin, has he? Because when he was manager of Swansea, he struggled against them.
Yes, that's right, we did.
We're 3-0 up at home. We drew 3-3 with 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, I remember that game.
And we've had some poor results. We have struggled against them because they've just kept the ball for the whole game, basically.
Yeah, we are. Right, okay. Well, look, Joe, we'll let you go now. Thanks very much for joining us.
That's all right. Thank you for having me. It's been lovely.
No problem. And you're travelling up, did you say, yeah?
Yeah, so I leave work on Wednesday, and then I'll be heading straight up to Coventry afterwards. So,
have you been to the CBS before? Or is it your first time?
No, it's my first time going up there, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, you'll be impressed.
Cool.
So it's quite a nice, tidy ground. It's reasonable condition at the moment. So and the pitch is in really good nick now. We haven't got a rugby team playing there.
Yes.
It reminds me of St Mary's, to be honest. It's similar.
Yeah, very similar to St Mary's,
But sky blue and not red, obviously.
Yes.
So we wish you the best of luck after Wednesday, sorry. And, best luck for the season after Wednesday.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
We'll speak to you again, probably the return fixture.
Yeah,
all
definitely. Right. Lovely. Speak to you all soon, all right?
Okay, mate. Cheers, Joe.
Down on Wednesday.
Right. Bye. Well, there you go. That was Joe, the Southampton fan, who was quite confident, really, but and he spoke very well actually about his team, giving honest opinion.
I'd be confident with all that parachute money as well.
Well, yeah, I was about to say they've got more money than us, haven't they? So they were struggling.
They were struggling at the start of the season with the passing malarkey, weren't they? And some of the games were terrible. But they're obviously starting to get used to it.
Yeah, it took a while for them to sort of settle, doesn't it, really? But
I'd like to see the run of fixtures they have, because sometimes that determines where you are in the league in certain stages of the season. Yeah. You can have a run of fixtures against the bottom teams, and it looks like you're doing really well. Then you hit a block of 4 teams in the top 6. You could lose all 4.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we are 5 points off the playoffs currently. Yeah. Regardless of how bad we think we've been for some of the season, only 5 points off the top.
Which is amazing, really, because some of the games we've played.
Yeah, and we know we've dropped about 9 points from in games where we should have picked something up from.
The thing is as well, like we've obviously said that we've had a bad season so far, and that's where we are, 5 points away. But equally, I can't think of many teams that I've seen us play that I thought, wow, they're so good. Like, so you really feel like if we hit a bit of form and click, that most of these teams we can get decent results against in the reverse fixtures. Like, you're not thinking, oh, I'm dreading playing them again, because that was, I mean, no one's been standing out like that, have they really? There's very few teams that you think, wow, how good are they? So I don't think we have to fear many teams, do we, really? If we can get going and playing our game, I think we can give anyone a good game on the day, can't we, really?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Well, I think we need to remember as well at the start of the season when we weren't picking up points, when we were losing, there was a lot of games where we were the better team, we just couldn't score. We were losing 1-0. There was a lot of times that happened. I lost count the amount of times you'd see people going, oh, we were much the better team in the second half. We should have done this, and we've ended up losing 1-0. That's happened a few times this season. So, that just needs to. That's obviously that has improved now, and I think we'll kick on with fun. I'm not saying we'll definitely make playoffs. It's great we're only 5 points off, but I think whereas before when we're in near the bottom, you start worrying about relegation and stuff slightly when the results aren't coming. I think now I'm confident we'll be at least minimum mid-table.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident. Andy, what is it with Ken's bubble thumbs? I don't know. I haven't got a clue what's happening.
Who's doing that?
Who's doing that? It's not me. I ain't doing it. So
I was thinking I'm missing out here. I want a thumbs up. I'll probably get a finger or something.
I don't know who's doing it, but I certainly ain't, or where it's coming from. I've no idea. I've been looking to see if I've pressed something I shouldn't have.
What do we do then now with Callum O'Hare? Because the contract talk's gone quiet, but I noticed in the interview he kept saying about how he's really looking forward to keep playing with Sakamoto and a couple of players. And to me, that made it sound like he's staying. He sounded really, in the interview, I can't wait to keep playing with him. Blah, blah, blah. It's that sort of thing. And I thought, so is he signing? What's the delay?
I sincerely hope that we've not arrived at this situation because the club wanted to wait and see how he returned from injury. After what happened with Vic and Hamer, they should have just took the risk and got him signed up. I hope that the delay in the signing of the contract is coming from O'Hare's end, and it's not because we've wanted to wait and see how he comes back and returns, because we might shoot ourselves in the foot if that scenario plays out. So my thought on it was we should have got him signed up in the summer.
Yeah,
because he might be more open to getting signed up because he might have been worried about how he was going to come back.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I've heard from what I've heard of somebody, O'Hare's come out and said, although I haven't seen this in print, but that's what I've heard, he didn't want to talk anything about contract until he was fully fit. He's told his agent he didn't want any talks about any contract until he's proved his fitness. So he's obviously waiting to get fully fit, and then he'll sit down with the club and his agent and talk about a contract. And that's what I've heard. So whether that's true, I don't know. But it'd be nice for the club to say, look, well, there's a contract here for you, wouldn't it? So I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what I've heard. But yeah, he definitely needs to sign a contract because, we don't want that same situation, him leaving the club with Hayes.
I think to lose those 3 players in back-to-back would be devastating for the club. I mean, O'Hare, he's looked out of sorts up until Friday, but Friday I noticed he was put back in the middle, just beyond strikers, and you can tell that's where he's comfortable, that's where he's happy, and it clicked. And Robin should endeavour, if he wants to stick with O'Hare in the first team, that's where he should be playing him, because that's where he has most effect. That's where he's most devastating in that role, just beyond the strikers.
Yeah, got a few more comments, Claudio.
David Granigan, I agree with you, Vicky. I think once we click some decent new signings, we could still be at Wembley, hopefully. West, like Claudio said many times before, there are about 4 or 5 teams at the bottom that are awful.
Yeah.
This is from Wes again. The thumbs up is from Facebook when someone who's watching likes the live.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good to know.
They must like us then.
Nothing to do.
It's come up.
Yeah. Bidwell needs a new contract.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, is his deal run out at the summer? But Bidwell, is he out of
No,
contract?
there's only Kelly, Fads, and O'Hare.
So would you? I mean, the question is, would you sign all 3 on, or I know O'Hare obviously.
It depends what he's got, because he might have one of those automatic extension things
on appearances.
Sometimes the clubs do it, or the players got it.
Yeah,
the option of the extra year. So I don't know what he's got.
I would give well into the contract certainly on his recent performances, definitely.
As a left back in a normal flat back 4, it's perfect for what we need. If he goes 3 at the back, then I think that's where De Silva will come back in the team again.
I think since he changed to a back 4, I think it's proven beyond all doubt that especially the centre backs that we bought in are not comfortable in a 3, but they are more than comfortable in a 2. So if he should not even be thinking about changing back to that, in my opinion, because it's been night and day, the defence since the change.
It allows more players to be in their right position as well, doesn't it, Chris? So you've got Bidwell in his right position, you've got Sakamoto in a position that's effective, you can play Milan behind them. It just allows more players to play where they play well, while they're trying to shoehorn them into a team.
Yeah, and you know what? Fair play to Robbins, because he's obviously realised that and he's made the change. He tried to persevere with the 5 at the back, and it clearly wasn't working. And he's made the change, and now we're picking up some good results because of it. And everyone's now looking up rather than behind. Now, so you've got to give the manager credit for that, because he's made that change. So I did notice. I did find this really embarrassing for Birmingham as well on Friday night. He made no subs again, didn't he? And
he didn't make any subs. Yeah, he did. And they were throwing all their subs on, weren't they?
Yeah.
Trying to change the game. And there's no subs from Robbins. No, which
I expect him to take somebody off to make it a game. And not put anybody on.
I thought he might have given Palmer maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, he might have got some minutes. To be honest, I'm surprised he risked Callum for the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I expected Callum to maybe have about 70, and I thought then he'd go. Just purely from a fitness point of view. But no, to be fair, the team was playing well up until the last minute. So, I suppose from that point of view, the team's playing well. So why would you change? But I did notice it. It's always been one of my biggest criticisms of Robbins, like his subs. Like even when things are going wrong, he seems to wait and eternity before he makes a change.
Yeah.
But I did notice that on Friday that he didn't.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think there's been many games this season where he hasn't made any subs at all. I think there was one other game he did it. I can't remember when it was, but I'm struggling to think. Maybe Claudio, any more games that he never made any subs?
I can't think of any.
He normally makes at least one, doesn't he? But yeah, we've got a couple more comments before we wrap the show up.
Dave Flanagan, I think O'Hare will sign again because he loves the club and fans.
Yeah,
but he probably loves money more.
Although I think with O'Hare, one thing he's always made clear is how much he loves playing football, and so it's going to have to be a move where he knows he's going to be playing regularly, won't it?
Yeah.
He's not going to go to a club, so that probably is in our favour. Whereas some people would probably go for the money and be happy to sit on the bench. I don't think that's him. He wants to play as much as he can ever play, so that'll help us, hopefully.
Yeah, I think
again with a comment, definitely need to stay in 4 at the back. It suits the players we have. And there's a comment here from Danny, which is about the what do you think about the Birmingham fans trashing our toilets again? I'm not sure. The photograph looks very similar to last season's photo, so I don't know whether or not.
I I haven't heard any reports of that. Was there a problem again? I don't know.
Apparently, but it looks like a small photograph, so I don't know.
I received the photographs of supposedly the state of the toilets, but as Claudio said, they're only photographs that they could have been from last season. Well, I would say what inclines me to believe that they're not from last season is that there wasn't poo everywhere, basically.
Yeah.
It was just sinks ripped off the wall and trash. I noticed they left the soap dispensers untouched. I joke this probably because they don't know what soap is.
There was problems outside the ground though in certain areas, I think. But
I think there was.
Before we do go,
I just want to say about the road closures outside the ground as well. I don't think that worked. I think people were stuck in the car park.
Oh, yeah. I go the other way, so it's great.
Yeah.
I came out and went. It was clear. I loved it.
I mean, they said it works better. It works like for concerts and stuff. So they were going to try it for the football. So, I mean, I don't know. To me, it just
took me ages to get out of the car.
Yeah, it took me 40 minutes.
Even the
45 minutes to get home.
Yeah, so I park at the Cherry Tree, and the thing was backed right up to, like where the road starts when you walk over the traffic lights and down the hill. The road starts there, doesn't it? It's like cul-de-sac. It's back up to there. And you're like, oh, yeah. It took me over half an hour to get out of that round the bend and back onto the road. And then once I got there, I was home in 5 minutes. So it was a bit frustrating.
Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare.
The key is how quick you get out. I mean, that was of course because the road closures, but I only get caught up in traffic if you don't get out quick enough. So if the final whistle goes, we go, right, let's just go. And you get down and you get out. If you stop and applaud the players, forget it. You're going to get stuck in the car park. But I want to ask about something else now. What are your views on Gustavo Hamer keep coming back and watching games?
I was mentioning this earlier.
There again, weren't you?
I made a comment, and it was on Facebook, where somebody said that he couldn't get into corporate because he didn't have a ticket. They wouldn't let him in. So then he went and bought a ticket and went with the fans. And I said, well, there's enough elitism in this country. Just because you played it doesn't entitle you to just go into corporate.
I think the problem with corporate,
people used to be able to go in corporate, can't go into corporate now because they've whacked the prices up by 3 times.
Yeah, plus Claudio, the corporate area. Well, I was sitting in there on Friday. Was a lot of it was closed off, which probably didn't look very good on telly because you see all them empty blue seats.
Yeah.
Because the middle bit was closed off because there was a lot of bookings for Christmas parties and stuff in the exhibition hall.
Right, weren't they? Yeah.
So anybody who had a corporate ticket had to go up to the top tier.
Yeah.
So you couldn't quite see the top tier on television. So the middle tier looked empty with a lot of empty seats. But that was simply because they wasn't sold because it was closed. That area was closed because Christmas parties had booked all the whole exhibition space. All the corporate people had to go to the top floor for the after match and pre-match drinks and stuff. So maybe he couldn't get in there for that reason or whatever.
But I just find it odd that he keeps coming to games. I mean, he played yesterday, and you're kind of thinking, what are you doing at the football match?
Travelling down here on the night before a match. I thought that was strange.
Well, I suppose he still lives in Leamington, doesn't he? He hasn't moved. He still lives in Leamington.
I was just thinking, if I was Sheffield United, I'd be thinking, hold on, mate. I don't want you at a football match. Potentially could get hurt. There are some idiots around.
Yeah. Well, if he's in with the fans, I suppose. Yeah, that's right.
Anything you think? I don't know. I just find it odd that he keeps going to games.
I've got to be honest. My viewpoint on it was very similar to Claudio's. I was like, everyone's going, "Oh, I can't be not good luck for the club, not letting him in," and that. And I'm thinking, don't work for us no more. Okay, you're a legend for the club. Thank you for your service, but why have we got to where does the statute of limitations end? Like, imagine 100 legends suddenly turn up to Southampton. We've got to let them all into corporate free of charge, have we?
Oh, yeah.
Where do you end it then? You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no, I sort of agree. Especially if he's not made arrangements beforehand and he just walks to the door expecting to be let in and sat in corporate, then no.
I presume that was the case because normally you would get tickets off players. Players would give him tickets. And I presume it was probably a last-minute decision. He probably decided to come, but that's why he didn't have a ticket. But players would normally sort each other out for tickets, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think. I've had tickets off players before. You end up sitting behind the goal.
Yeah.
You don't go in any fancy seats.
Yeah.
I just find it odd. I mean, I got a comment. Ian Smalls just put Fad's commutes from Sheffield. He probably bought from Sheffield, doesn't he, Fad?
He does still live there. Yeah, he still lives up in that area. Yeah, that's right. Got any more comments? Got a few more comments, haven't we?
About the this is Dave about the.
Took me half an hour to get home when it's 5-minute journey normally, says Dave Cunningham.
And Danny Drury, he's showing his support for us, I think. You can see he still loves the club.
Didn't love it enough to stay.
Well, this is my issue with the whole thing. I think, you know, I
realise... So we all love the club. We all love the club and we pay to go. So it's the same, isn't it? That's great if he still loves the club when he wants to come, but you pay like we do.
Yeah. It's not as if he's short of a few bob, is he? So,
that's it. He's gone for the minute. He can afford it more than we can.
Exactly. Dave Brannigan says, well, I'm glad he keeps coming back. It's nice chatting with us. So, yeah, I mean, you know, people have their own opinion about it, I suppose. Yeah, David also says about the trouble. Is it true? It's happened again. If it's true, they'd be fined and banned from coming back in the stadium again. That's about the trouble in the toilets and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, but the trouble is, obviously, they've got to have proof, haven't they, that it was them that did it. But that it's difficult to do that. But obviously, if it's happened, it's happened. The club should come out and report it and send the bill to Birmingham, shouldn't they? Like they did last time, I believe.
I think what gets me about the whole situation is they've been whinging about £37 tickets.
Yeah.
You go into a place and you're going to trash the away end. You should not be whinging about high ticket prices. It's, I know it's not a reason why the prices are high, but, it could be. I mean, imagine that's a lower league team.
Yeah.
Many of them are going to have to shell out to replace the toilets and that. It's, it's not right, So no, I'm sorry. Like Birmingham fans, wow, vile.
Well, Wes said he reckons the trouble he's seen with Birmingham fighting Birmingham. Well, maybe that was the case. I don't know, but I didn't see any trouble myself.
Well, there's some great videos, blues ones, where they're filming us singing "There's Only One Johnny Eustace" and all that, and they're joining in and applauding, singing it as well.
I've seen that. I also saw a lot of them. I saw videos of a lot of them joining in with "You're Getting Sacked in the Morning."
That went down quite well, actually.
To be fair, the owners are reaping what they sow here. They should never have got rid of Eustace when he was got from the table. So
it was a poor decision, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
you're getting what you deserve now.
Yeah, exactly. Wes says, is it true that Milan gets fined for going over to the fans after each game? I don't know.
They encourage him to go over.
I think apparently I heard a rumour that there's a fine if you're the last player off the pitch. And I think that's why. And I think that's why Casey Palmer like we're winding him up on Friday about going over. I don't know if you saw the footage of that, but Palmer and Eccles are encouraging him to go over, and I think it's because they know they'll beat him off the pitch then, and he'll get fined. So I think that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but I think the last player off the pitch gets a fine.
Yeah. Dave Brannigan's come back again and said, it doesn't matter who he plays for, he has a lot of friends here. Well, that's fair enough. He might. Well, yeah. I mean, everybody's down to their own opinion, isn't it? And it's he might have a lot of friends here. He obviously still lives here as well, so
bit needy.
I'm just not seeing anything in those comments that says to me he's entitled to a free ticket in corporate.
No, that's right. I mean, we don't know. Did he try to get a free ticket, or we don't know if it's true? I mean,
that's what I've been led to
believe.
He
got turned away because he didn't have a ticket.
Yeah. And I know it was quite busy in corporate. All the corporate people were moved to the top tier.
I've been going 50. Ken, I've been going 53 years. I can't just walk in. I don't care.
No, that's right. Yeah, I mean, some of the obviously security staff might not even know him anyway. So like, who are you? Sort of thing. So they probably don't know a lot of the players. So But yeah, I quite agree. He shouldn't be getting. He should be paying for a ticket if he wants a ticket. I'm sure he's got plenty of people at the club that he knows he could order.
I've not seen him up there recently, so I don't know if he still does it. But I know after Madders left for Norwich, I used to see. Our games used to get moved to a Sunday, didn't we? When we were showing with Wasps.
Yeah,
I used to see him up the Rico quite regularly, and he was always in with the fans.
Obviously, Shipley up there doing the same. He goes in with the fans as well.
He goes in the way, doesn't he? We go away.
Yeah, Shipley does. Shipley's always at Cov games, isn't he? When Shrewsbury are not playing.
Yeah.
But Kenno Tomo, good evening, Kenno Tomo. I think about the toilets from the business point of view, max out the ticket sales, take the revenue income well out of the way as 3k of damage. Yeah, true. They can take the money off the ticket revenue. So you're getting your toilet refurbished every year for free. Oh, that's true. Yeah, they could easily do that because they'll obviously have all the money for the tickets are sold to Birmingham. So possibly.
That's not the point though for me.
But the club haven't actually officially said anything about the toilets, have they? These are all rumours that we've seen, and just we don't know the actual pictures, the true pictures or last year's pictures or what. But it'd be interesting if the club come out and make a comment about whether they have damaged the toilets again. If they have, I say they should be made to pay for them. So I think we all agree on that, don't we?
100%.
Oh, is that the cat? Was that the cat?
Before we do, Ken, sort of tell everybody on Tuesday night, if they want to listen, myself, Miles and Ken will be on BC Radio live the football show.
Yeah.
It actually will be live while the games are on. So we'll be like on the radio, doing like a Sky Sports Saturday, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we will be. We've linked up with BC Radio, those who don't know. And we've got our shows on there. I do like a 60s, 70s, 80s show at the weekend. Claudio does a breakfast show because he likes getting up early, which I was a guest actually on Saturday morning. I was in there with him on Saturday morning, and then we've got what we call three up front show. So it's me, Claudio, and Miles, and we'll be doing it on show on Tuesday night. Is it we're doing it?
Yes, it is Tuesday night. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you turn up.
Yeah. Tuesday night. Yeah. We can't do every Tuesday, obviously, because we play sometimes on a Tuesday, so it will be on different days.
There's an app called Radio Guard's the best one, and if you just get the app Radio Guard and BC Radio, search for it, it comes up straight away.
Or you can ask your smart speaker.
Yes,
play BC Radio.
Well, actually, you need to say Borsal Common Radio.
Radio, yes, I believe you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've never done it before as terms of live. So, and
that could be interesting
in between as well. So all the stuff will be local bands, basically in groups. So Coventry related, Warwickshire related, Birmingham related groups because we're based in Borsal Common, the station. And I think some people might be surprised the selection I've done of the groups that come from the area actually.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a commentator.
What's that? Robert actually said Claudio take you for breakfast. No, he didn't actually. No, I bought my own breakfast.
Yeah, he got his own. He never got me breakfast.
So I thought you'd had your breakfast already. Because Claudio, by the way, only lives around the corner from the studio. I have to travel from the other side of Coventry.
Oh, Claudio.
The Borsal Common.
I literally live 5 minutes from where the studio is.
So that's my excuse anyway. Wes says Claudio just set my Alexa off. Thanks. Dave Brannigan's come back again. Well, if that's true about Milan, it's very harsh as it's what makes our club special with the fan interaction, and it doesn't mean Gus deserves a free ticket. I'm sure he's happy.
I always thought that meant it was like a joke fine as opposed to like anything really serious. Like I suspect they've probably got like things between them. I don't think he's getting in proper trouble about it. I think it's just that they probably got this like joke system where they want, and it's good because I've noticed in recent weeks they seem to be having better interaction between each other. There's definitely some team spirit building there, and they're all having a laugh and a joke, and so yeah, things like that are just fun, aren't they? It's a good thing to have. I think.
For all we know, the fine might be like a tenner.
Yeah.
It's like people like football have been fine. I think everyone assumes it'd be thousands, but it's it could be a tenner for all. It's probably just a little cheap joke that probably helps bring the dressing room together.
Correct. Dave Vanigan's come back on, so his elector's gone off as well. Mark Harrison. Good evening, Mark. Claudio's after Philipton's BBC breakfast slot. Well, watch out, Phil. That's it. I think that's about it, isn't it?
I think we've covered it all. I think
we've covered everything we need to know. Don't forget to get your guesses in. If you can also email your guesses to info@SkyBlueFans TV. You can interview, send them on an email. Guess the gate for the Southampton game on Wednesday evening, if you haven't already done it on the comments, and we'll take note of all them guesses, and then we can obviously do the draw on Thursday's show with Miles. I'll be back Thursday. There will be a live stream, I believe, as well on Wednesday evening before the Southampton game, in and around the ground with Miles, talking to the fans before the game kicks off outside the ground or down at Dillon's. So if you see him, get on and get your predictions, etc. And then he'll be back obviously on Thursday with his normal show, where we'll give the answer out for your guess the gate, and then we'll put them all into a draw. If any correct answers, we'll put into a draw. You might get it dead on. You never know. No one's got it dead on yet, but there's been some close ones, and you can win yourself a Sky Blue Fans TV TV mug. Wes, come back on. Thanks all again. Great show. Yeah, thank you very much, Wes, and thanks everybody for all their comments tonight. Thank you very much. Without the comments, we'd be nothing really. We need the viewers and the comments. Dave Gunnigan's come. Thanks for a great show. Let's hope next show is about us beating Southampton. Hopefully it will, mate. Hopefully it will. We're going to wrap the show up now. Then thanks for all the comments. Thanks to Chris for coming on tonight again, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me. I love coming on.
Yeah, no problem. Vicky, thank you very much again. That's normal.
Good stuff.
No problem. And Claudio, as always, thank you very much for your input.
Cheers, mate.
We've got a few more comments before we go. Great show. Thanks all. PUSB, Dave Knights, Danny Drury. Great show tonight, guys, says Danny Drury as well. Thank you very much for all them nice comments. Much appreciate it. Right. Wednesday night then. Let's hope the Saints don't go marching in, shall we? And let's hope the Sky Blues come out with the 3 points, and hopefully we can get back on a winning run, and another clean sheet would be absolutely fantastic. So from all of us, a big play up Sky Blues, and good night.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.